We deemed the upper 25 miles of the middle fork of the Salmon River in Idaho to be hazardous due to recent log jams and landslides. Thus, we found ourselves flying into a Forest Service backcountry dirt strip at the confluence with Indian Creek. 5 oar boats, a paddle boat, kayak, 14 people, their food, and camping gear all have to fit in 3 flights of this plane. Indian Creek in the foreground on the right, and the landing strip just beyond that next to the river. Basically a whole day of hauling gear from the landing strip down to the river, packing it, organizing, and doing it again. It's mile 0 for us, but mile 25 from the normal traditional put-in. From now on, I'll be using the traditional miles.
Cutthroat, see? It's a nice fish.
1 mile down to Sunflower Hot Springs. Real easy water down to Sunflower, and then we'll spend hours there. We have a very short day today. And there's the Marble Creek Pack Bridge. I hope they don't want this same small eddy I'm in. I would have preferred my open canoe, but it would not fit in the plane. So a trip back in time 25 years and I'm in a kayak again. Hot showers on the salmon, huh? Because of allocated campsites, our first 2 days were quite short, but that gave us the luxury of spending a lot of time here at Sunflower. These privately owned resort-style ranches out here are really pretty incredible. Pack bridge here servicing it, and the pack trail, of course.
What the? No. I guess I did.
It went right through his hand.
It did, right through my fingers.
Okay, 5-4.
Okay, here we go.
George. Yeah!
Oh, he caught it. He caught it.
Find some better opponents next time.
Yes, the people.
Maybe we'll get Karen.
Yeah. Oh no!
He caught it!
Did you?
I did.
I don't think I saw that.
Taking off from Jackass Camp, just below Jackass Rapids. We're pretty close. Mark's having a great time fishing. We've got a long day today, 21 miles, and at the end, a whole stack of rapids. I'll bet that wasn't their first rapid. And they can port it so easy. But I'm not sure what pack bridge this is. Wilderness, but it does have its amenities. Private ranch here at Loon Creek. And there's an airstrip, and they have a little store hoping to sell anything to anybody. Working horses, working mules, cabins to rent, a working border collie, and fishing down at Loon Creek and a hot springs.
But the thing is,
Loon Creek.
so, and I think you will record them sometime. Yeah, it's pretty risky too. Like,
Oh yeah.
It's probably worse than motorcycle riding.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Doing stuff like that. Flying around.
I remember a very fun layover day here at this hot spring. Up till now, the river valley's been fairly open and broad. But now the cliffs are drawing in and the river narrows, and the pool above this next drop suggests something major. Yes, Tappan Falls. Note Colton's hat just dangling off the front of the boat. The 2008 Cove Creek flash flood pushed boulder debris out into the river, flooding Tappan 2 above and enlarging this, Tappan 3 Falls.
Crap Creek!
Kind of a yoga pose.
Don't poop yourself.
You need to spread wider.
These Dutch people are so insensitive.
Don't do the tongue. You got it, Dad. You got it.
Tongue. It'll stick to your tongue if you stick it out there.
Yay!
I'm still in the game. I'm still in.
You still got it. You still got it.
Leaving Funston Camp. Gonna head down to the Flying V and pick up some water to drink. And then a short ways below that is Haystack and camp. Oh, I didn't mean to wake you up from your nap.
You got separated from...
So a coffee creamer and pour it out and then put a match on here. Yeah, you can light it. Yep.
Just below the Flying V is the Bernard Pack Bridge. which was built in 1957 and was rebuilt in the year 2001 after significant damage by 150-mile-an-hour wildfire-generated winds. At higher flows, these large boulders on the left become massive holes. But even at these more moderate flows, the run is still on the right. At higher flows, I can see trying to move left here, though. That bottom rock and ensuing hole could be pretty intimidating with those flows. Even at these moderate flows, Haystack leads straight into Bernard's. Again, flows can make a significant difference. I can see both higher and lower flows being quite a bit more difficult than we had. And camp can't be too far away. I think celebration is in order. Kind of like the Erie Canal, but different kind of mules. We missed our camp eddy, so hauling some of the boats upriver and footing the cargo the rest of the way. It worked.
Document it.
Oops.
No, we'll be able. We have to go wide. We have to go wide.
Nice job. That was pretty straightforward. A shady, cool layover day and a nice hiking trail lent its way quite nicely to a downstream hike. Doc and I found the remains of a predator's bird meal, and Doc maybe even found the pounce tracks. Besides being pretty, it gave me a great chance to scout the rapids downstream from our layover camp. Some debate whether this is called Porcupine, Jack Creek, or Earthquake Rapid. A couple of ducks were enjoying their warm, sunny rocks so much that they didn't mind me a bit. Sweet boats are quite popular with the commercial outfitters as they carry a lot of cargo and have minimal draft, so they ride over the low water rocks very nicely. Drift boats are quite popular with the fishermen. The downstream pine-covered bar is where I turn back. I'm no herpetologist, and the markings can vary a lot, but since this guy slithered into a gopher hole after a meal, I think we can call it a gopher snake.
That actually served its purpose.
Yeah, I remember rowing that down Lador, and it worked.
It was a bucket boat.
Yep. That was the time Phil forgot his frame.
Now the end of our layover day. Taking off from about mile 45 or 6. I think we've got 18 miles today, and Weber and Redside at the end. That is Earthquake Rock. Came down in the big quake of 1983. Earthquake Rock! Yep, came down from where that pine tree is. On the layover day hike, we as a small group found Earthquake Rock. And then I hiked further downstream and oh no, this is Earthquake Rock. And then the next day, boating, oh no, here is the real Earthquake Rock, right? Which I thought was the one I saw before. No, there's yet another. You look at the information available, and some folks say this is Earthquake Rock. Good job, Doc. Now, the astute observer may note that these kayaks are hybrids. They're whitewater specific touring boats with a sealed bulkhead storage in back of the paddle. Quite ideal for a trip like this that's self-supported. There are quite a few of these hard Class 2, easy Class 3 rapids. It was so windy that you had to paddle the air currents as much as the water. And at one point, the wind almost knocked me over. The only time on the trip that I did not miss my open canoe. These strong winds today were quite unusual in that they were downstream winds. Not the usual thing. And it seems like that could be easier, you just flow faster, but you're constantly fighting. There's actually a nice hiking trail up the south ridge forming this canyon, looking down into this waterfall creek. but we were short on time today with so many miles to do before camp. Like I said, a lot of these fun, easy Class 3 rapids. I think the only things I've heard is there's been a lot of wind and work. Maybe we should skip the hike. Vale Falls. This wind is sort of like a mist fall. Between the wind and the seasonal low water, I definitely think Mist Falls is the best name. Yeah, but that name's already taken by a waterfall a few miles downstream. It's called the Impassable Canyon, not for rafts, but because the cliffs close in so much that stock trails can't be made. Passing just left of what they call Airplane Rock aims you straight at Sevy's Rock, which was probably named after some poor soul who didn't make that left-right decision soon enough and rapped on that rock. Weber Rapid comes up real quickly on the heels of Redside. Fairly straightforward read and run hydraulics. I did not know it at the time, but there are pictographs on the cliff downstream on the left. What's the landmark for Parrot Placer?
I don't really remember.
Okay, river right. It's pretty soon, isn't it? Okay.
Get! Get! Don't come back! Oh!
Okay.
Get! Hey, bear! Hey! Hey, bear! Hey!
Well, of course, this is old poop, but it does prove and show what he's been eating. These golden currents have been everywhere. Leaving Parrot Placer, our last camp on the river. So this is day 7. We join the main fork down below after a lot of good rapids. Boulder and hole dodging at its best. Lower Cliffside Rapid follows almost immediately. Fun, straightforward wave train. So called because at higher flows these hydraulics can easily flip those rubber rafts. Named after Monroe Hancock, who led a National Geographic Society trip down the Maine salmon on a wooden scow in 1935. Derek, Karen, and Skip all have a great story about wrapping their paddle boat on this rock on a trip many years ago. A little sad as the end of this trip is not too far away.
Ah, civilization. The confluence with the main fork of the Salmon.
I had an unfortunate battery failure at the top of Kramer Rapid. Really too bad, because that rapid had the biggest waves and hydraulics of the entire trip. Oh well.